Season 2, Episode 10, and I'm so excited to welcome our guest out, Connan Moody. Come on out, Connan. He's the creative force behind Academy Coffee and Gist Coffee Training Academy.
Yeah.
I would say cheers, but tonight, Connan, even though he's like a connoisseur in the coffee realm, brought a cocktail.
Yeah.
Tell us about the cocktail.
So we've got a not a coffee cocktail, I'm just kidding. It's a riff on a classic, last word, which is usually gin, chartreuse, Luxardo, and lime. Gin is a little light for me, so we did a mezcal last word, which is a really good one.
Love a mezcal. And we got our butt mugs, which are available on the website. So Connan and I met recently as we're new neighbors, but we won't share too much about that yet.
Fair.
But more to come. Connan's a local celebrity in the coffee world. He is. His, brothers in kinship, your academy, they're kind of literally connected.
Yeah.
And actually, I think we had a former guest, ATL Loves Mo, who might have even loves to frequent. Yeah. So cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for bringing the cocktail.
Thanks for having me.
What is this called again?
Mezcal last word.
Wow. And look, it's a beautiful color. I don't know if you can see.
Maybe.
Oh, pour one out because it's going to be a good night. Okay. Well, cocktails are delicious. You knew that you were a cocktail mixologist because you're really known for coffee.
That is true.
And so as we've met through his coffee shop, I was like, what are your favorite kind of coffee mugs? And what kind of mug?
So I brought one that I bought when on vacation visiting my wife's family in Mexico City. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's a little tiny espresso mug. It's double walled, which is really interesting. I bought this at Cafe Constella in Roma Norte in Mexico City, Mexico, and I love it. And I don't let anybody drink out of it except for me because
it's special. I didn't realize how special it was when you let me hold it the other day. So confession. So Connan came in the other day. Tell them your background with clay.
So my dad is a ceramic artist. He's been doing ceramics, pottery, and hand building and whatnot for about 30 years. I'm not much more than 30. So basically my whole life. And so I knew that you guys were doing this because my brother took a class with you. And my brother's always been big on doing what dad does. I, on the other hand, am very like, that's your thing. I'll have my own things, all the respect, but I'm going to be over here doing my 2D art stuff.
And I feel like we need to get our hands in clay and put a pin in that because there's so many layers of Connan to unlock here. So let's get our hands in clay. We are going to attempt tonight to make our own double wall vesseled cups. We kind of got a chance to play a little earlier and came up with a few different prototypes, if you will. Are you more into like a wider, taller? These are still going to shrink.
Yeah, so I think that this one, well, it depends on what you're doing.
This one?
Because that one's great for like espresso, works really well. Has that kind of rounded base, be good to pour milk in if you wanted. This one is kind of more my style with the more vertical walls.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
Just from an aesthetic point of view. But
which aesthetic? Tell them where you went to school.
I studied at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York.
So he is art background. So this is going to be fun to talk about design, craft, function. We kind of already talked about function. We have some 1 pound balls of clay wedged up. Go ahead, grab one. I know that you're not, you didn't get in the studio as much with your dad as you probably should have as the art teacher and me. But I'll walk you through like the first one. And our goal tonight is just to play around with these prototypes. We'll have time to make more off camera later, but we're going to try to do a double walled espresso mugs. Okay. And then we'll get more into all about Connan.
Pull this closer to me.
Okay, pull it closer. And I'm going to push this down. Yeah, get comfortable. I told Connan it's going to be messy in here. I'm going to adjust your mic because I think we need it. I think this might help. Yep. Let us know if that's a better, guys.
Perfect.
Okay, so we always start with everything dry. Your dry hands, make sure it's stuck on there.
Yep.
You don't want it falling off. And then I like to load the sponge up with my right hand so that as I need more water, I can just add it. Okay, left hand's the boss, right hand kind of karate chops. They're working together, always connected, but it's the left hand's job to really push the clay to the center, while the right hand's job is just to hold it kind of flat and steady. And your goal is just to push the clay, no wobbles. I mean, you've done this before. You've centered, you know what we're going for.
When I was 8 years old.
When he was 8 years old. I don't believe that, really.
No,
Look, you're
seriously-
pretty much already centered. You're pretty much
sincerely
centered.
have not touched clay on a wheel. since
Well,
I
then
was a
this
child.
proves the theory that it's like riding a bike because he just centered. He hasn't done it since he was 8.
Dad would be so proud.
Cheers
Oh, we're at
to
it.
the
There I am.
cocktail connoisseur. Cheers. So excited. All right, so we're gonna kind of dive into creating, there's lots of ways to do a double walled vessel. You could do a 2-part cylinder, measure them up, kind of connect them. You could do it upside down, throw it, flip it, push it. I think earlier, what did we do? We threw a cylinder, an open bottom cylinder, closed it.
Closed it and then went down.
Went down, and we learned that we had to put the
hole in it.
To really like. Okay, so let's dive in. And if you need any help, just let me know.
Yeah.
But throwing with Molly, it's like I'm channeling my own inner Andy Cohen. Watch What Happens Live. I try to make this like fun pottery throwing, entertaining, chat with the guests, learn about them. So learning about you more. So Connan's known in the coffee world here in Atlanta. Are you from Atlanta?
I grew up here, yes.
Okay,
I wasn't born here, but I did grow up.
So was it always your dream to be seen in the coffee world?
No, I wasn't a huge coffee person coming into like college. I would say I was I would go to Starbucks with friends back in the day, and I would get the vanilla bean frappuccino because I really did not like Starbucks coffee.
Do you now?
No, but I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
I think that people are okay with it, but don't really know what they're looking for in.
What made you realize like what you're looking for? Like going from a Starbucks, like I'm a vanilla latte girl, and I have literally gotten the eye roll from coffee connoisseurs. I'm okay with that because I
think that all right. I have a lot of conflicting opinions. So on one hand, I don't feel like I'm losing the center on this.
But look, he knows how to get it back.
Oh.
Yeah, and once you kind of feel it centered, then when you're throwing, switch to the right hand being anchored and you're on this side. The way the wheel spins, it should cut through your fingers a little better. Always stay connected. Be gradual with your pressure. It looks like we might have a thinner spot to a thicker spot.
Yeah.
So be gradual, kind of squeezing that clay. Patient.
So squeezing it against your fingers.
Squeezing it, yeah, and let it rotate. And as it moves, you move. If you pull up, it will come up with you. So we keep the water. And this is more like a sponge in my right hand. Yeah. And when you pull, slow the wheel. Speed kills.
Okay.
When it's open and you're pulling. So it's already kind of thin down here. So spin, spin, spin.
Yep.
Because we want to move this kind of thick rim up. I got a little off somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's okay. If you slow your wheel and hold it and just let the clay rotate,
it'll find its way.
And you're the boss. You're steady. Always an elbow against your body. So yeah, I feel like I never had my first cup of coffee until I was 26. I've been teaching for 2 years.
You got through 2 years of teaching without energy?
Yeah.
And then you were just
it was my first year, and then I realized that coffee was a thing. And then I always have it with like cream and sugar, which I know is frowned upon. And
so here's my honest opinion about cream and sugar. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like,
tell us
when you're doing cream and sugar and whatnot.
Just slow down, because if you go too fast, speed kills.
When you drink things the way you want to drink them. As a coffee professional, I feel like there's a lot of need for people to tell you and dictate how you should enjoy something. But when it comes down to it, my biggest kind of, not to use too of a Gen Z word, but my biggest ick with baristas is.
Which, are you a Gen Z?
No.
I'm a millennial.
Ditto.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the idea is like, right, we have these moments where people are pressured to dictate what you drink and whatever. But realistically, a barista's job is not to tell you what to drink. It's to do it, to prepare it the best way they can. So my thing is if you want a vanilla latte, rather than giving you issues with the vanilla latte, let's go ahead and make the best vanilla latte you've had. And it's like, I tell people quite often, I don't want people to have their first black coffee with me. right? Nobody likes their first black coffee. It just is not a thing. Like literally ever.
This is such. I wish I heard this before I had my first black coffee.
And so like I feel like a lot of people feel like if you are a coffee person, you have to be under the terms and guidelines of it has to be a black coffee.
Yeah.
But don't have your first one with me. Slowly ease into it. The thing is everybody hates their first black coffee. And there's so many ways to get to that eventuality in a more comforting kind of way, you know?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Right, I have no idea how to close this thing.
Okay, so you can, before you close it, wring your sponge all the way out, and while it spins, see all the water in there? If you close it and the water's in there, it's going to lead to deterioration of the clay at the base. So you just want to leave everything dry around the outside. And then you can take wet hands on the outside. It's counterintuitive because we just got it dry. So try to be mindful not to drip water on the inside. But your wet hands on either side can kind of literally neck in the clay. They come together, and as you slowly come together and let it rotate, move a little more, let it rotate, move a little more, keep these connected if you can here.
I like this.
Yeah, and if you need to drop those thumbs over the lip, and if you need to add a little water, you know, just so that your hands spin, like on the outside here.
Okay. So you want it a little,
and you're just patient now. You're patiently literally telling the clay, hey, the mold you're spinning through my hands is going to slowly close you in. And patience is a virtue.
Yeah, I kind of feel it, but
look at your 8-year-old self. Okay, your 8-year-old self, would he be proud of you right now?
100%. For a lot of reasons, but we'll start with just clay.
Okay. Oh, start with just clay. All right. Well, and I just closed mine up. I'm working to kind of concave it in. I'm just going to use a needle tool, I think, to give myself a little air bubble opening. But let me see if we can slide this so I can see this time, just to make sure we get through all of our questions. Okay, so we learned your dad was a potter, which I think is fascinating. I don't think we talked much on you going to Pratt University, Pratt Institute, industrial design.
So
that's a badass art.
That's where I ended up. I started out in illustration. And then I changed to graphic design and advertising. And then I changed to industrial design. And then I quit, and my parents are happy.
When did you graduated with all those experiences under your belt. And when you say you quit, air quotes, because look at you designing still now.
That's true.
You quit to say what?
All right. So long story short, I had scholarship and financial aid. And I still was working full time in this time, and I was working in coffee. It was very difficult for me to make I had to go basically one semester on, one semester off, one semester on, one semester off.
And you were in New York.
Yeah. And so I was working, managing a cafe. All right. I'm at a point where
Did you close it?
Not quite. It's a little bit home.
Go ahead and spin it. I'm going to grab some of this clay just to give us a little more meat, just to close it. So what I'm doing, my hand's like kind of underneath, and I'm just kind of squeezing where I feel a little bit more thickness. I kind of squeeze up, bring it in. And sometimes you almost want to like come up just to like then get it to connect. Because then once it connects, I'll let you finish connecting it, because it's kind of, no, don't put water on the inside, on the outside. And then once you connect that, then you have your air bubble.
All right.
Okay. So
I was working full time and doing school full time, and I was doing my 18 credit hours a week and whatnot. And I ended up basically running out of time, right? Where they give you an allotted amount of time where you're able to.
And this you're like almost an industrial design.
Yeah, so I had gone up to my senior year in graphic design advertising. And found out that through internships and jobs that really wasn't into it. I fell in love with it as a passion, not a job, and I think that's really important for people to understand that those things aren't always
the same.
It's like you fell in love with teaching, and then you fell in love with ceramics and whatnot, and then you found that they together worked super well.
Yeah.
If you fell in love with ceramics as a hobby, doing it yourself, and that's it, and then went and opened a studio and realized you hate people,
Right. You're so
mildly
far
problematic.
in. Yes.
But that being said, I found myself wanting to do. No, it opened up.
Oh, look at you.
It's almost there. I'm just following what you're doing.
Okay.
We're
Well, and
trying
this
to-
is where I'm like design wise. Do you like a taller?
Yeah.
Do you like a?
I do like a taller. I would do.
Okay,
am I
because
allowed
on
to
some
use
of
this?
these, I was like, yeah, use whatever tool. This one had a little more height on the outside of the inner. We're doing these double walled vessels, and I trimmed some of it down. But if you like it tall, then we can keep it tall. I'm just fascinated because,
Yeah.
again, if you're tuning in, Connan runs like one of the most famous coffee shops in Atlanta, Academy Coffee. He runs just a coffee academy,
Yeah,
like
training
training
program.
baristas. Baristas.
You got it.
And now
Yeah,
he's building even more to come. You got to follow him. We'll tag all of his links. But how did the vision come to like the coffee shop vibe?
So that was kind of just one of those things where it's, when I was in school, I found a job doing coffee, and it was paying the bills while I went to school, because I had to save up money to do Pratt, because people think that tuition is very expensive. Sure, they're not wrong, but also art supplies are incredibly expensive. And Pratt is a wonderful school, but they don't give you any art supplies. You got to buy everything yourself. And there's like people who are very fortunate who come in with their parents' money and whatnot, and are able to throw $300 a week at
get all the supplies
at a singular project, and then they have 6 projects a week. Like,
yes,
it adds up super quick. And so I personally was having to kind of like get creative with how to finance that. And then we end up working at a coffee shop. I was making sandwiches at first, because that's the job they had. And then about a month into making the most beautiful sandwiches that you ever saw in a case, I went, I'm bored. Teach me how to do that. And then I really dove in. The thing about coffee that I love is you can, like, it's kind of, art in its own way, right? Like, you can never be done learning.
I love that. Say that again.
You can never be done learning.
I love that. Because Clay, we always say it's like a practice. It's like yoga. Yeah. You're never going to be like, check, I won that. I did that. Yeah. It's like a practice. So coffee too.
Yeah. And like coffee is one of those things where it's like, there's no right way of doing coffee. There's an infinite amount of wrong ways to do it. But if people try to tell you that there's only one way to do stuff, you look at it and it becomes...
Well, what would you say you definitely don't do? Like 2 or 3, like top 3, like don't do with coffee. Let me see if I've done them.
I already know you have done one.
What are they? Oh my God, no.
I don't know. Again, like everybody meets coffee at their own kind of place, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with this is not gonna work. This.
Okay, we'll set it aside. We can always patch these up later as they dry. I'm gonna give you this round one to try again. Yeah, this will kind of wedge off of this little.
There we go.
Double wall. That's so you can't even look so good. I'll put this over here.
But yeah, so again, like if you are just looking at something to make your day start, and you don't care about taste and you don't care about whatever, there's literally nothing I'm going to tell you to do other than maybe,
This sometimes is the hardest part. Okay, maybe I usually try to do this for y'all, but I'm like, there we go. Okay.
But that idea of we're supposed to make it round, right?
Start round and start with dry hands. So maybe use that towel, because if it's wet to wet, it will just fly right off.
Oh, but that could be so much fun.
Could be fun.
What I'll say is, if you're trying to improve your coffee game, let's say that, because
what are the 3? Tell me something. Right. What you not do?
Don't pre-grind your coffee.
Don't feel like the next, only use what you grind what you need.
There's a bunch of volatile aromatic compounds in coffee that escape through evaporation and whatever. But if you grind your coffee, within about 30 minutes, the flavor starts falling off.
Oh.
Right. Now, this can be actually helpful to you. We have a really awesome local roaster just up the road, Portrait Coffee,
Okay.
over here in the West End in Atlanta. And
Shout out
if
Portrait.
you get a super fresh bag of coffee, there's a couple things that you can do to like expedite what we call off gassing, which is releasing of those gases.
Yeah.
One of them is grinding, one of them is putting temperature to it, and then one is just letting it sit. But pre-grinding will give you stale coffee.
I'm so curious. Do y'all pre-grind? If you did, maybe now we won't. Thank you.
Extra hot is bad, and I'll tell you why.
Extra hot coffee?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Coffee is brewed at...
I will say, when you come to Connan's coffee shop, he will have all the tools, all the gadgets. He is like a scientist at the coffee lab.
Yeah. And so coffee is brewed at 195 to 205 in Fahrenheit. Celsius is, I think, 90 to 95. Don't quote me on that. I live in America and I'm ignorant. But that being said, the idea of extra hot is not necessarily like going to do anything to your black coffee.
Okay.
Because it's already brewed really high in that temperature. But the idea of milk, you're burning your milk, don't want to do that. But even more so than that, right? We have the idea of like extra hot. You don't taste things well at high temperatures.
Because you're like can barely even get it down.
Well, no, your taste buds are better at tasting the closer you are to your body temperature, right? And so I'm not saying that you should drink your coffee at 90 degrees or 98 degrees or whatever. But that being said, you can have a better experience if you have good coffee, if you're drinking closer to that temperature. So if you're at 165 Fahrenheit, it's not going to be as you just won't be as perceptive as if it were like 140.
Guys, and if you come to his shop, you don't even have to think about it because he's going to serve you up right. Like I see you over there, temperature reading this coffee.
I do.
Like if people come to you, they don't have to think because they're just getting a perfectly freshly ground, perfectly temperature.
Yeah.
And then shoot, what was the third thing? Temperature. Don't grind early.
Well, I haven't done the third thing.
Oh, okay, good.
I've got to think of a third thing. I don't know what a third thing is.
What makes a good coffee shop vibe?
I hate vibes. I'm bad at that because I don't know. Everybody's looking for something different, right? And we're in a really weird area with coffee right now, where people are having a different experience. I mean, we're at an era. I mean, we're drinking our little last words, but at the same time, we're in an era where the idea of zero proof cocktails, sober spaces, stuff like that is really big. And so we're seeing a lot of people kind of flipping what we understood of coffee on its head. And I have a whole thesis on like coffee mugs and how to like make these things for whatever vibe you're going for. But the idea is it kind of just goes into what you're thinking. If you're going back to like 90s, early 2000s, and you're like, hey, I'm trying to do Central Perk,
like Friends.
Yeah, you might have a different perspective of what you're looking at for that, right? You might.
I feel like they just had like burnt leftover day old coffee from the poor and
but also like one of the reasons why Starbucks was so popular is because they were one of the first people to create lounge spaces, right? Spaces with lower seating, big comfy mugs, music, places that you wanted to sit and kind of lounge in, right?
Yeah.
And then so it became one of those where with the kind of advent of the third wave coffee space or whatever, for lack of a better term, you're having people get a little bit more active with their consumption of coffee. So you have, the idea of, hey, we have lighter glassware. We have,
Oh.
louder music. We have higher tables. We have less couches, stuff like that. And so that being
That's
said,
got to be hard to commit to like one vibe.
oh, for sure. For sure.
Jeez.
And so for me, it's like, I personally, I love coffee and cocktails. Those are kind of my two love languages. And so when I look at it, I'm over here trying to figure out, how to psychologically work in both spaces.
Would they be served at the same time? Like coffee and cocktails, like morning to evening? Because I mean, mimosas, brunch, who doesn't love a Bloody Mary bar?
Yeah. So my kind of perspective on coffee as a thing is I love the idea of doing coffee / cocktails, right, in the same space. And there's a lot of people who call to the idea of, hey, but what are you going to do to transition from one to the other? My biggest thing is, I'm not your mom. Like, if you want to come in at 9 o'clock in the morning and have a cocktail, get after it.
You're not their mom.
No.
Is that going to be a sign, some merch? We're not your mom.
But I mean, just like anything in the world, if you act like an asshole, you get kicked out.
Hey,
whether you're
mind your business,
drugs, on alcohol, on life, whatever it is, there's just ways where you set.
You're in a public space.
Yeah.
We kind of say that in the studio here. It's like one of our things is when people walk in, we do this little exercise where you look at your neighbor like you hate them.
Yeah.
And then look at them like you love them.
Yeah.
And like it makes a difference. So we say greet each other when people come through the door with a smile. So like you're responsible for your public space behavior.
Yeah. And so that being said, I'm not in the business of policing people's ingestion. Just like I don't want to tell you not to drink black coffee or not to drink iced vanilla lattes.
I love that permission. Whatever.
No, I mean, I'm not drinking it. Shouldn't be my choice.
I love that permission.
But
also I want to do better. I'll start grinding the coffee the day of. We can do that. Small steps. Measuring the temperature, I can't commit to that right now, but it'll be in the back of my mind.
Well, that's also something that a lot of baristas should be doing for you.
Oh, perfect. Well, our barista is me or Saxton usually. So
fair enough. Saxton, get on it.
Yeah, Saxton, get the temperature reader out. All right. I can't believe this time is going by so quickly, and we haven't gotten to our speed round.
I'm here for it.
What do we call this? Rapid fire, rapid kind of questions. Okay, so rapid questions for Connan of Academy Coffee. Any other way you'd like to introduce yourself?
No, Connan Moody of Academy Coffee and soon to be Auxiliary Coffee in the building with Molly Sandra Ceramics.
Okay, I wasn't going to say it, but he said it here first. So I feel like I'm saying it here first on the internet. That this is our neighbor at the spot in Adair Park. Coffee and cocktails. It sounds like coming soon.
Not cocktails here yet, but we've got a lot of licensing for that to happen.
It always ends up we need you back again. Like I need more because like the visionary in you and all of that. Okay, but quick fire round. Dream collab, roaster or brand?
Ooh, brand. Roaster. I've worked with a lot of roasters. I'm very fortunate in being able to work with who I want. I think brand wise, we were talking about it earlier. Is like I adore Andre 3000. If he ever wanted to do anything, I'd be more than willing to just sell my soul for that.
Speak it out to the universe, Andre 3000. Okay, dream collab. Go-to morning order or afternoon pick-me-up?
So I always go with a flat white with simple syrup because my nerve endings are dead after 15 years of drinking coffee professionally. So sugar is the only high I get. Most
overhyped coffee trend right now?
That's a hard one. What is it? I know this answer, but I can't remember. There's rested espresso is happening right now, and I just can't get behind it.
I thought you were going to say iced vanilla latte.
No,
favorite underrated drink, coffee drink.
Underrated. I mean, I think a well-crafted signature beverage is the future of coffee, and people aren't putting in the effort to make cocktails with the components of coffee.
Latte art, heart, tulip, or swan?
I think that if we're being honest, I want to challenge everybody to be better at swans. Not swans. Sorry, hearts. Swans are easy. Hearts are
Really?
hearts are really hard.
This heart
for
seems
people.
symmetrical, whereas the swan's got over here and then over there.
You gotta rein it in and not move too fast.
Tag them.
Right?
Tag them with your hearts. Okay. Do you teach that?
Yeah, I can teach you.
Okay, music playing while you brew.
Oh, I've been on a huge Naomi Sharon kick. Her Obsidian album is everything.
If coffee wasn't your career, what would you be doing?
I mean, honestly, probably.
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, I'd probably still be in design some way. So
I feel like it's in your blood. Which when you come to his coffee shop, the whole like counter was handcrafted by Connan. And the mugs will be handcrafted, the coffee.
Hopefully.
So
if I can ever figure out how to throw a cylinder.
You will. We got you. What's one design element every good cafe should have?
Design element every good. I'm going to say something that doesn't really make sense unless you're in the industry. You should have workflow efficiency designed for your space.
Ooh. Oh, I was thinking like customer efficiency, but you're talking about like behind the bar efficiency.
Yeah. People should be taking into account how they move and time and everything like that.
Okay, and who would you love to have coffee with, dead or alive?
Dead or alive? I mean, obviously Prince. That would be a vibe.
I love that. Okay, well, let's cheers it up. Connan, this has been a great episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for becoming our neighbor here at the spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Come for Clay, stay for the coffee and then the cocktails. Come on over. We got neighbors building here, community thriving, creativity oozing. Where can we follow and support you?
I am now Academy Coffee ATL and Aux AUX West End. And Gist GYST_coffee.
Find them all over the place. And if you're Atlanta, you probably already know them. All right. Thank you so much. Really. Thank you for the cocktails. These are delicious. Can't wait to try the coffee and these pour overs. Let's end by just showing them what we did. How did we do today? Here was one. We got one. We got some pour overs. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same bat channel. Yeah, and this one we might still be able to patch up. I had gone through one of these earlier and I patched it up.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We might be able to.